Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Bible in a Year 2021. We are on day 270. 270. Congratulations, guys, for making it this far. 270. We are almost through the Old Testament here. We're on Nehemiah chapter 6 and 7. 6 and 7 today. That's all that we're covering, but there's a lot in it, So, in right off the bat in chapter 6, we're right back into the opposition. In fact, we find here Nehemiah is faced with a trap, but he's got the discernment. So Sanballat and Geshem sent me this message: "Come, let's meet together in one of the villages in the plain of Ono." But they wanted to harm me. So I sent messengers to tell them, "I'm doing important work, so I can't come down. Why should the work stop while I leave it to come down to you?" Man, that's putting people in their place. Like, what I'm doing is more important than you are. And maybe sometimes that's how we have to see things for people who are against us and our detractors and stuff, that we just have to look at this and realize that what we're doing sometimes is more important than the people who are coming against us. That's not saying people aren't important. People are extremely important. But when people are not willing, to enter into that friendship relationship that we're supposed to have with each other, and all they want to do is tear us down, and we're about the Lord's business, then we just have to set that aside. We can't let them interfere. We cannot let the enemy use people to interfere with what the Lord's doing. As important as people are, and what we're doing most likely has to do with people, because that's what the kingdom is all about. But there are those people that would want to distract us from what the Lord has given us. That's all I'm saying. Verses 6-7, we see here that there's also false accusations that are thrown at him. It is reported among the nations and confirmed by Geshem that you and the Jews intend to rebel. This is why you were rebuilding the wall. This is the accusation. This is a letter that is sent to Nehemiah. According to these reports, you intend to become their king. You have also appointed prophets to make this announcement about you in Jerusalem. There is a king in Judah. Now, the king will hear of these reports. So come, let's talk together. Yeah. And so Nehemiah deals with it the only way that we can really deal with these ridiculous things. He responds with truth in verse 8. So I sent him this reply: nothing that you say has happened. You are simply inventing this. Yeah. So, but it's so bad. The only way Nehemiah can do this is by having a strong relationship with the Lord, by having strong convictions and being renewed in the Lord all the time. Because now he even turns to somebody to get some encouragement. Later, I went to see Shemaiah, Delaiah's son and Mehetabel's grandson, who was confined to his house. He's confined to his house. And he said, and he says these things to Nehemiah that are supposed to scare him. Let's run to the citadel. Let's lock ourselves in, because they're coming to get you. They're coming to get you. They're trying to fill him with fear. And it's so sad, that somebody who he went to for encouragement would be bought off and would be a source of discouragement. But I replied, should someone like me run away? Who like me would go into the temple to save his life? I won't go. Then I realized that God hadn't sent him at all, but that he spoke this prophecy against me because Tobiah and Sanballat had hired him. He was hired to frighten me and to make me sin by acting in this way. Then they could give me a bad name and discredit me. So again, discernment. This man is given discernment everywhere he turns around, and he's able to deal with all these things that are meant to discourage him. And then they succeed. They do it. It's done. The wall was finished on the 25th day of the month of Elul. It took 52 days. They built the wall in 52 days. And of course, such success is going to provoke fear in the enemy. When our enemies heard about this, all of the nations around us were afraid, and their confidence was greatly shaken. They knew that this work was completed with the help of our God. Had to be 52 days. Wow. And then, we find that he gives the city over to his brother, because sometimes the only one that you can trust is family. So in verse 1 to 2 in chapter 7, when the wall had been built and I had hung the doors, the gatekeepers, singers, and Levites were appointed. Then I put my brother Hananiah, the commander of the fortress, in charge of Jerusalem. Hananiah was a faithful man who revered God more than many. And then he's presented with a new problem. And it's not going to deal with this new problem today. That we'll look at tomorrow. But just to present the new problem, he's got an empty city. Now, although the city was wide and large and now walled in with a temple, only a few people were living within it, and no houses had been rebuilt. Wow. That's something he's going to have to tackle now. Okay, so there you go. You guys have an excellent day, and just think about what we can accomplish if we are as focused as Nehemiah was, coming in with that single purpose and not letting anybody distract him or discourage him. Don't let people discourage you. God puts all kinds of encouragers around you. Listen for his voice. That's what you need to do. So you guys be blessed, be encouraged, and we will meet up again tomorrow.